Welcome to Tech Aesthetic. Right, guess what do we have today? We have three smartphones which were good sellers. You can say that which were a good selling products. Those are the smart budget phones and they were selling good in the market. I'm not sure about the third one, this one, all right, because that's a new one in the market. Motorola just launched it because let's reveal them, all of them. It's the first generation, second generation, and third generation. So here we have three phones together. We're gonna compare it together that what we got in it. All right. So when we talk about the phones, like these three phones, they both are good. We just did a unpacking, like you can say, unboxing of third generation. We got it from Flipkart, right? And when we talk about the phone, you can only buy it from Flipkart because the Flipkart is the trustworthy company, you can say. So let's come back to the same track where we were on. Let's go ahead and compare both of the phones, three of the phone, I'm sorry. So when we talk about the three of the phone, if you go ahead and check the sizes of the phone, right? If you go ahead and check the sizes, Moto G first generation are a bit small as compared to the second and third. Second and third are almost same as compared to the size. I'm not saying about the screen size, make sure. So when you talk about the sizes of three of the phones, it's a little bit small. Both of them are same as in height, right? And when you talk about the width, the like you can say it's a bit sleek phone. It's a bit sleek as compared to Moto G second generation, and that's of course it's not a sleek phone though. It's kind of a thing. Right, when we talk about the screen size, it has got a 4.5 inches screen and it has got a 5 inch, and the same one, Moto G third generation. Motorola just launched it with a 5 inch screen. The screen resolution for all of the phones are almost same. That is 720 to 120, 1280 pixels. And the weight, when you talk about the weight of this phone is a bit heavy, not as heavy as you cannot handle it though. All right, but when you talk about the other phone as compared to the phone, yeah, this is heavy. All right, so this one is a little bit lighter than the Moto G first generation, and this one goes really light, you can say that like a leaf, so this one goes like you can keep it easily in your hand. And just because of the back panel, the kind of a back panel Motorola designed in their new launch third generation, because of the back panel, it has got some grip. You can't drop it, it can't get dropped from your hands. Right, so when we talk about the platform, go ahead and check the platform for both of them. All right, for three of the phones. So let's check the platform. Let me just go to the third generation and the second and all of them. So when we check the first generation and second generation together, this one has got 5.0.2. You can see that right there. And this one is also have 5.0.2. Lollipop, the started, you can say the very first version of Lollipop, 5.0.2. And let's check about the Moto G third generation. This one does have 5.1.1. That's not the first version of Lollipop though. Not sure what version it would be, but yes, it's a bit higher than the another phones, a bit higher than the two phones. So that's one of the good part. The reason why we got the 5.1.1 in this, just because it does have a 2 GB of RAM. As you guys know that both of the phones does have a 1 GB of RAM, right? This one Motorola have given 2 GB of RAM in this. So I would say that I kind of appreciate the work the Motorola did on their third generation. So when we talk about the platform, like as we said, that platform is almost good in both of three of the phones, but when you talk about the third generation, it's completely good. So when you talk about the battery life as well, if you talk about the battery of all the phones, guess what do we have in the battery? Which one would be good? Of course, the third generation though, because this one, Moto G first and Moto G second, both of them, they have the similar battery life, 2070 mAh. If you just go ahead and check that, right? You cannot see that right there, but I'm gonna show it to you like as a rough idea. So when you talk about the Moto G third generation, like I said, Motorola did a good job in it, because this one does have a 2470 mAh battery life. That means that it can last more longer than the both phones, right? When you talk about, like, if it can go up to 5 hours, then you can say it can go up to at least 7 hours. It's a rough idea, of course. Both the phones can easily go up to. I'm using this phone from last 7 months. This one, Moto G second generation, and like you can say that I go to office and all that kind of stuff. So mine will last almost about 12 hours, not more than that, not less than that. I'm not sure about the third generation because we just got it a couple of days ago. And first generation, that does the same work as the first generation. But yes, like I said, as this one does have 2470 megampere of battery, this one would be going to last at least 15 to 16 hours if you don't use the phone often. But yes, I don't use the phone often, so it all depends on the kind of a usage. When we talk about the memory of all these phones, this one does have 16 gigabyte memory, and this one does have the same one, and this one have same 16 gigabyte. All of them are same, but the only difference is that that comes with two versions. Like one is 8 gigabyte and the second would be 16 gigabyte. However, there would be price difference in both of the versions. And the one big difference is that this first generation, this one is non-expandable. You cannot expand the memory though. However, both of them does have the expandable option in it. Right, so let's come back to the camera. Let's check what's the quality, how's the quality of the camera for both of the smartphones. I mean, for three of them. So let's check that. We're just gonna go ahead and click on this Android pic. We're gonna go ahead and get the Android pic right away. All right, let's see. Now we're gonna do that from second generation too. Let's see what it has to say about it. Like, what would be the quality of this one? This one looks better than Moto G first generation. So let's check the third generation. Oh well, it's a lot of difference though in second and third. All right, so let's get the picture for all of them. Let's put it all together and let's see right there. You can see that three of them does have a same pictures in it. It has taken from the same resolution, but the only difference is that this one is a lot brighter than both of them. You can see that this one is also good. This one is, like, you can say that it's kind of a cheap quality, but this one is perfectly a good quality. I would say that yeah, Motorola just did a good work this time by making this kind of a product. You know, if you can see that, if you go ahead and zoom that, you can see that fine pixels. You can see that right there. So I would say that this front camera does have a 5 megapixels, and the second generation would be having a 2 megapixel, and this one of course 1.3s. It's kind of a cheap phone, and it's a lot of old, you can say it's old phone as compared to third generation. So yeah, but all of these phones are good phone, and they are budget phones. Like, you guys, people can easily buy it, you know. But yeah, I would say that they did a good work in Moto G third generation. So that's all about the three phones. But yeah, I would say that all right, that's all for today. If you like our video, please just go ahead and click on the right bottom of your screen where you're gonna see a subscribe button. Please subscribe to our channel, which is Tech Aesthetic, so you can get a new updates about our videos directly in your email about that. All right, so that's all. Thank you for watching our video.